Hello from Canada. I've been musing and pondering. I've been thinking a little bit about morality on my walk home. Say now hypothetically, someone has an affair or someone steals from a shop, has the power to ruin their lives, you know, or at least leave them stricken with guilt. Say I decide today, I fancy killing somebody today. Just fancy a bit of murder. Definitely has the power to ruin my life. 100% has the power to ruin theirs. Say I go to war, kill 100 people. I could potentially be given a Medal of Honor or Valor. Say that war hypothetically is resource-based. We're invading another country for oil. You're stacking theft and you're stacking murder on top of each other. But because of the circumstances, it's morally okay. Say 100 years ago, you could own a slave, and people who did slept fine at night because in the realms of morality, they were told that it was an okay. Anyway, my point is that morality is kind of arbitrary, right? Like it almost doesn't exist. It's like, I feel like we all, to a degree, have our own internal moral compass. But it's hard to know how much that has been influenced by our environment, by nurture. And it could be kind of like Nietzsche or kind of more nihilistic, that morals are just kind of an invention of man and they don't really truly exist. But I don't know, I feel like we're never really going to truly suss out why the fuck we exist as sentient beings on this planet, really. So it becomes imperative just to make it as an enjoyable experience as it can be, and without fucking it out for other people in the process. So if I was to rewrite the 10 Commandments, I'd probably just say, have a nice time and don't fuck up anyone else's time in the process. I just leave it as one, probably. I've got a good question for you, alright? What do you reckon that is socially, morally acceptable right now? In 100 years, will we look back on and be like, that was so fucking immoral? I'm going to put a little box there and put your answers. Like, what is deemed okay right now, which in a few hundred years will be deemed as primitive? Go. I'm going to share some random ones, right? This is a good one, right? Because for me, it makes total sense that we wouldn't use a finite resource to power anything, to be honest. Like, it makes sense to use our intellectual capacity to have something that works on an infinite power supply, renewable energy, right? The problem with this is that cars companies will, like petrol car companies, will fight against this because they have the monopoly in its profit, right? It's a bit like 100 years back, the AC versus DC power system. If you didn't know, our cities operate on alternating current mostly, right? Because it makes sense. But back in the day, they ran on DC current, which was more inefficient. But when AC was introduced, the DC power system, I think it's Thomas Edison owned the main one, they fought against it and they put on spectacles in the street showing how dangerous the AC power system was, when it wasn't really. But it's kind of the same thing. It's like profit fighting progress. Like, profit can aid progress, but it can also hinder it at the same time. This is a good one. I was thinking about this, right? So imagine using stem cells to grow an exact replica of yourself that isn't like animated, it isn't alive, but it grows like you do, but it has perfect health. So, and it just kind of, you just have this like lifeless version of you that grows like you. And then say you get like an organ failure or something, you can just fucking harvest your stem cell clone. Kind of sci-fi, but hey, it's possible. Anything's possible, man. If those like sped up or slowed down version of songs are outlawed, I'm fucking in. I hate that. I hate it. I also hate the fact that like songs are reduced to like 15-second sound bites and that's how they become viral. I hate it so much. I hate it. And the cringy dance routines I can do without as well, but other than that, you know, whatever. It's just fucking social media. What's that movie where he pulls out the dude's eye and uses it? I think it's a Bruce Willis film. But anyway, it's like a future where sex is outlawed and they have sex on VR devices. It's a little bit like this. Personally, I can't really get behind this one. If they have VR headsets where I can like go on some wild sexual adventures and I can fly in them and like shoot laser beams out my penis, then I'm doing it 100%. But I don't want to live in a world where you can't kiss people. That would be sad. Look, there's a reason why I don't do like personalized songs. I get so many messages every day of someone like, hey, can you write a song for me about cactuses, please?
or can you sing my boyfriend a song? It's really nice in theory, right? But if I feel like if I picked one person, I'd feel bad for not picking the rest of them, so I just don't do any of them. Otherwise I'd be here all fucking day being like a personalised jukebox for something, and I'm not a performing monkey, goddammit. But happy boyfriend day, happy birthday to your boyfriend. Have a great birthday without your own personal song. Space littering. Look, space is pretty big in the grand scheme of things, and Earth is pretty small. I think we're doing enough of a good job fucking up here, and we should probably worry about that place before we start worrying about, there's quite a lot of space. A few satellites, a few rogue satellites, probably alright. Maybe just clean up all the landfills first.